Hello everyone, and welcome to the Elementary Math Tutor. Today we're going to be talking about faces, vertices, and edges. Now we have a triangular prism in front of us, and I'm going to start by counting the faces. Before I do that, let me explain what a face is. A face is a flat surface on your shape. So let me color in one flat surface so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to begin with this triangle right up front here. I'm just going to color this in so you can see what one of the faces looks like. There we go. All right, so what I've colored in is just one of the faces of this shape. So now we're going to start counting all the faces of this triangular prism. So let's begin with the one I just colored in. And we're going to call that 1. And then we'll go to the back, 2, and then to the left back, 3, and there on the bottom is 4, and then right in front of us, that big rectangle would be 5. So that means there are 5 faces on this shape. On this triangular prism, there are 5 faces. Now, let's talk about vertices. Vertices are essentially the corners of your shape. So I'm going to circle the corners of the shape and count them as I circle them. Let's begin in the top right hand side here. I'm going to circle that one and count it as 1. And then over here to the right, 2. And here on the bottom, 3. And let's go to the back, 4. And way back, 5. And then up left corner is 6. So that means this shape has 6 vertices. Now let's move on to the edges. Now the edges are where the faces connect together. It's where they touch. So you can think of edges as the lines of the shape as well. So let's start counting them. And I'll start with right up top here. And here's 1 right up here. And then to the right hand side, here's 2. And then 3. Then the bottom over here is 4. Let's go to the very back, that dotted line back there. That would be 5. And then the other dotted line in the back is 6. And then over here is 7. And then the bottom back dotted line would be 8. And finally, the edge up front here on the bottom would be 9. So this triangular prism has 9 edges. Now let's try this again with a different shape. This time, we're going to count the faces, the vertices, and the edges of a rectangular prism. Now remember, the faces are the flat surfaces. So let's count them and I'll number them at the same time. Let's begin on the left-hand side. This flat surface over here is face number 1. And then we'll go right to the bottom. There's 2. And let's go right to the very back. That would be 3. And then the top face would be 4. And then all the way to the right would be 5. And then right in front of us, this rectangle right in front of us, that would be the 6th face of this rectangular prism. Now let's move on to the vertices. As you remember, the vertices are the corners. So there are quite a few corners on this rectangular prism. So let's circle them just like we did before, and count them as we circle them. So I'm going to start on the left-hand side in the back on the bottom, and I'm going to circle that, and that's 1 vertice. And then we have a 2 over here, and then up top, 3, and way in the back, 4. And let's go to the other side. We have 5 right there, and then 6 right there, and then 7, and then 8 vertices. So this rectangular prism has 8 vertices. Finally, let's move on to the edges. Now remember, the edges are where the faces meet together. And you can think of them as lines, if that helps you. So let's begin counting right in the back with that dotted line right in the bottom. So this is one edge right there, and then two right there, and then on the bottom again there's three, and then to the left is four. And let's go up top. There's five. Let's go in the back. There's six, and let's go to the right hand side. There's seven, and then there's eight, and let's go to the bottom. There's nine, and then up near us is 10, and let's go to the other two on this rectangle in front of us. Right up top is 11, and then finally on the bottom, 12. So this shape has 12 edges. All right, that's going to conclude our lesson for today on faces, vertices, and edges. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, and if you have any questions, please put that in the comments section, and I'll try to answer any questions that you give me. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.